Hello. Sorry, I thought I had everything set up already and I forgot to hook up my thing so I could share my screen. Hey Tammy, hey Sleuth. Well guys, the plan was I was gonna play a little Skyrim and then I was gonna go to sleep. But somebody decided that it was a good idea to call me and get me really emotionally upset. So now sleep is out the window for the foreseeable future. Hey Gail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna let anybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna let anybody just disturb my peace like that. So what I'm gonna do is what I do best. I'm gonna get on here and just take some time and check up on some missing people. Bakersfield, because I really been wanting to get back to this. I got a little echo somewhere. Let me see where it's coming from. Yeah, exactly. I don't have time for that extra anymore. Like I just don't have. Can you guys still hear me? Make sure I got this hooked up right. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Good, good. Yeah, I thought I had it all set up, but now we're in there. So, back in, I think it was November, I found like a lot of missing girls in Bakersfield. And they were all like first time missing, never been known to like be in trouble, be a rebellious child or whatever. So, where you at? Right there. I wanted to go back over that because at the time when I originally did the video, I think only like one or two of those girls was ever reported to be found. So I want to go back over and see if any of them have been found and if there are any new people missing that kind of fit into the pattern. All right, this is the original video. I can't remember all their names, and I have not found my notes tablet yet that I have the Bakersfield notes in. So we're gonna kind of use this video, the original video, as like a guide. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and dive into this. And this is the first video that I did on the Bakersfield girls when I was like going through the ones that I found after I noticed a pattern. So this is like the initial, I think, 9 or 10 cases that I found. Now, the order that I found these girls in is not in the order that they disappeared. So I'm going to present it to you in the order that I found them in. And after we do that, we'll do a quick check because I haven't checked since I think the day before yesterday. We'll do a quick check and see if any more girls have gone missing in that area who kind of fit into this little profile that I'm building. And you'll see that as we're reading their descriptions And as we look at the area that they went missing from, it's a relatively small area. When I mapped it out, I believe from the two disappearances that were the furthest apart, as the crow flies, was like 22 minutes apart. So, like I said, a very small area in Bakersfield that they went missing from. Some of these girls were literally only minutes away from their disappearance, was literally minutes away from where another girl disappeared. Hi, Tammy, my true trooper. I'm so glad to see you back. So, the first girl that I found missing was Natalie Lafredes. And if I'm saying her name wrong, if anyone uh, catches that, drop me a message. If you go to my Facebook page, I have a WhatsApp number up there. It is 234. I'm not going to try to remember that off the top of my. I just realized the other day that it is actually a Google Voice number, and it is 234-348-2557.
Yeah.
I'm so going to do my call me and text me. It is 234 348-2557. Um, so the first one that came up missing was that I found was Natalie Lafredes. This was her little news story. The Bakersfield Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a juvenile reported missing who is considered at risk due to first time missing. Natalie Lafredes, 15, was last seen Thursday about 7:20 p.m. in the 500 block of Monterey Street. She is described as an Asian girl, 5'2" tall, 105 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black T-shirt, dark baseball shorts, and black slides. Okay, so you'll notice off top, she's very petite, 5'2" and only 105 pounds. She's 15. This is the only picture that I could find. I did do some searching around, and it's not really even showing very large on this page. Let's see if we can zoom in a little. It's not a very good picture. That's another thing I noticed too when I did this. A lot of the girls that I originally covered didn't have a lot of pictures out there. Like they didn't have a major social media presence. And it's very blurry. So you'll see there she's very petite and I want to say mid-teens. Now let me get over here to the next one. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and pull Natalie up. Rearrange my share and see if she was found. Because I know I did this original video like a few days or a couple of weeks after she went missing. And like there was really nothing else on her. There was like no updates, no we found her, we're still looking for her, like basically nothing. They reported it that one time that she was missing and you didn't hear anything else out of it. Okay, so from what I'm seeing, she was not found because this is one of the original stories where she was missing. Not seeing anything about her being found. Let's try something else. Let's say in the past month, nothing. Let's see, November. We'll go back to October 1st, 2021 to today. What's today, the 10th? November, December 1st. Not found. That's web sleuths. Matter of fact, let's look at web sleuths because if there's an update, more than likely they'll have it. Let's get down here to the last page. Okay, is this her though? Mark Felt, no, that's something else. That's Barclay. Okay, so people were just posting about other missing people from Kern County. I'm not seeing an update on Natalie. All right, so nothing there. And no new news articles or reports on her. Let's check and see if she's on the missing because I don't think they had her listed there at the time that I did the original video. Y'all be patient with me. I've got the one laptop hooked up to the TV because I'm sitting in the living room, so it just looks so different to me right now. Nothing. So she's not missing on that. She's not listed on there. Okay, this is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. What's the other one? Um, NamUs. We just need to hang out on here one day because I got like a list of cases that I was looking at on here. Okay, I'm not gonna go through all that, so we'll just look for. Okay, see. Wow, she's not even listed on NamUs. So I'm gonna mark this one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call Kern County um one day in this upcoming week and see if I can get some updates on or some new information on some of these cases. Because it's weird that like there's just nothing about her, nothing, period. Okay, so Natalie is still missing and not yet found. And I'm over there starting a new research tab on it, on new research tablet on it because I can't find my other one. Mm, are you guys hearing this? I'm not hearing this. Oh crap! Pardon my language. I forgot to add it back to the stream. No wonder I'm not hearing it.
That type of thing.
Y'all keep me on point.
I'm sorry, my other page, my other tab refreshed.
So this
Notice
is
as we
this
go
is
along,
the next
or
person
any of that type
after
of
that.
thing, and you'll notice as we go along this time missing, falling in. Hmm,
Okay.
I found the first one, and then they just started to kind of pop out to me. They started to come out of the woodworks. So I'm like, The next one that I found was this one. This young lady's name is Violet Cash Johnson. She's 16. Again, mid-teens. Her description. Now she went missing on November the 21st. Her description is 5'4". She's a black girl, 5'4", weighs 165 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen a red hooded sweater and red Adidas sweatpants. She went missing about 9:25 p.m. Again, very petite, height wise, mid teens. You'll see here it says that she is considered at risk due to being missing for the first time. So
That first time missing is really bugging me. Because how do you just have so many girls that are just running away all of a sudden from the same little small area? So this was Violet Cash Johnson. Not in Namus. Let me just keep that window open. Am I in the wrong part here? Am I looking in the wrong place? This is the site search. So that might be why I did not come up with a name on Natalie. So search missing posters. That's what I was looking for. Let's do Natalie again. I didn't think that looked right. Poor Summer. The only Amber Alert still. I mean, in a way, it's. I don't even know how to feel about that. Like, in a way, it's a good thing because that's the only Amber Alert that's currently active nationwide. So we're not looking for a whole bunch of kids who are missing and possibly in danger. But at the same time, Summer's still missing and possibly in danger. Like all this time, it's just crazy. I'm really hoping to see. Um, okay, no results on Natalie. I'm really hoping to see like some kind of movement in Summer's case real soon. Okay, back to the search. And we're looking for Violet Cash now. Okay, so she's not on Namus, and she is also not on any NBC. So let's see if we can find anything new on her. And was that Cash with a K? What happened? Okay, looks like she has been found. Let's see what this is. I'm not sure what this echo is coming from because I'm using a headset. Do you guys hear the echo? Bakersfield doesn't seem to be a very good place for like kids, period. All right, it didn't take me directly to it. Okay, that's the post I made. What thought I said? Oh, different name. Oh, this is Violet. Okay, so I'm going to put Violet on the list to check on when I call Kern County. Mark that not found, just in case. Guys, this is just really kind of a laid back stream tonight. I might go back and like edit it and cut out the space or whatever. But I hate to do that because then you lose your live chat replay.
You kind of see where I'm going with this. Layla Renee Romo. She is 16 years old as well. She went missing. Let's just read this. All right, the sheriff's deputies are looking for 16-year-old Layla Renee Romo. She was last seen on November 8th at Highway 58 and Gaston Street near Frito-Lay factory around 8:30 a.m. Romo is described as 4 feet 11 inches tall, weighing 110 pounds. Her family says she was last seen wearing black long sleeve.
All right, so now let's check out Layla Romo. There's the button I'm looking for right there. Might have spelled that wrong. LR Romo. Okay, so she's not on there. Yeah, I can't really see like the text on the screen. LAY. Nothing on there. Nothing. It's crazy that these girls are like not being found and you're not hearing anything else about them. It's crazy. All right. No, it's not found. So we're 0 for 3 so far. And the next one is
And of the 8, only 2 of them have been found so far. The next one is going to be Aberlin Amador. Layla Renee, Aberlin Amador. So actually, the next one is going to be Melody Marshall. I'm pulling these straight from my Twitter feed because I posted them on Twitter as I found them.
hi Frank.
Okay, let's look at her picture. It's again not a very good picture. Let me set this up just a little bit different. Maybe we can get a better view of what's actually going on the screen. Okay, there we go. So this is Melanie Marshall. Bakersfield Police Department is asking for the community's help in locating 14-year-old girl who was last seen in central Bakersfield. Melanie Marshall was last seen Monday around 5:30 p.m. in the 600 block of A Street near Beale Park. Marshall is considered at risk because she has no prior history of running away. Marshall is described as 5'3" tall, weighs 170 pounds, has blue eyes and red wavy hair. She was last seen wearing a black sweater and black sweats. Again, very petite height wise. She's a little heavy.
The the weight, I stopped really looking at the weight, right? Because if there is anything to this, let's say that these girls are being taken by some type of organization, it's not that hard to make someone lose or to force someone to lose weight under certain circumstances. So I started looking more at just like the height. How tall are they? You know, so that was Melanie Marshall. Nothing on Nick. Nothing on Amos. 0 for 4. What was the reporting agency? I need to find this. Bakersfield PD. Are you guys hearing me? So, you're not found. Let's go. Oh, there's my Facebook post about her. Okay, that's not it. So I will add her to the not found list. Crazy. By now, I mean, we're like halfway through the list and nobody is found. Actually, we're over halfway through the list because I think the first time, what did I say? There were 8, and 2 of them have been found, so that's down to 6. So out of the 6 that are remaining, 4 so far are still not showing up as found.
Heavier than the other girls, coming in at 170. 149 RSOs in Bakersfield as of December. That is
That
a
sounded
girl
like something
coming in
that's
at
me.
170. But we see this at risk because it's her first time being missing. She doesn't have a history of just disappearing. Melanie is one of the girls who who has not yet been marked as found. Oh dear God. In Bakersfield, is Bakersfield even big enough to have that many RSOs? That's crazy. 1,149 RSOs in Bakersfield as of December. That is that's wild.
That was Tammy chiming in there. She loves to help me out. I love Tammy. I love Tammy.
And that is an idea, that is a thought that crossed my mind when I kind of started to feel like there was a pattern here. It did cross my mind that maybe this is a trafficking thing. Maybe these girls are being snatched up by someone because to me it seemed odd that so many girls in a similar age range, similar heights, they almost seem to fit a type. They're racially diverse. We've seen an Asian girl, we've seen a black girl. There are white girls on here.
I'm gonna jump in here for a second. I mentioned in one of my lives when I was talking about this that a little bird, had dropped a seed in my ear about another area where there are like young teen girls that are going first time missing and just never being found again. And so I thought back to Bakersfield. And so I asked them, I was like, are they predominantly like one race or is it diverse? In that area, it seems to be predominantly young white girls who have similar features. So we're going to get into that too. I just wanted to jump in and put that in that this is not like a localized phenomenon. It's just crazy that so many in because Bakersfield is so small, you know? I mean, it's not like it's Dallas or New York or something. Bakersfield is so small that to have this many girls go missing, so who live relatively close together, suddenly first time missing. Let's see, who's the next? Who's the next?
The next one is Aberlin.
Okay, Aberlin Amador.
Hmm. I guess Bakersfield is bigger than I thought it was. I didn't even realize Bakersfield was that big. I guess just from the way it was described, because I'm only familiar with Bakersfield from Orrin and Orson West, Cincere and Classic. So I don't know. It just I always pictured it as this small place, and I've never really looked into it because I only follow the Orrin and Orson West case like from a distance. I watch other people's updates about it. So I've never really done much research on that area or anything until this popped up. This is Aberlin Amador. She's 16. She went missing on November the 9th, the same day as another girl, and the day after Layla. Fix this mic. It's just catching on everything. All right.
Oh,
Now it
three
says
girls and
Aberlin
two.
Amador was last seen Tuesday, November 9th around 1.
I just noticed that I said 2 girls in one day, and the day after another, so 3 girls in 2 days.
30 p.m. in the 8700 block of Warrell Court near Gosford Road and District Boulevard. Amador is considered at risk because she had no prior history of running away. Again, first time missing, no history of this. Amador is described as being 5'3" tall, petite in stature, weighs 160, She's a little bit heavier, uh, more like Melanie. She has brown eyes and long brown hair. She was last seen wearing a blue flannel shirt, ripped jeans, and blue shoes. Again, this is Aberlin Amador. Aberlin, based on her name and just looking at her picture, her skin complexion, her hair color, her facial features, I'm assuming that Aberlin is Latina. So again, we see that there's a variety. It's not like if this is indeed a pattern, if this is someone who's targeting these young girls in this area, they're not going after just one type. It doesn't have to be a short black girl or a
All right, so Aberlin Amador. Let me make sure I'm spelling her name right. Adrah. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Can we find you over here, Aberlin? That's the missing one. See if I find her found. This is Aberlin. I don't want Abraham Amador. I want Aberlin. So far, looks like no. Hmm. Okay, so Aberlin is not found. It's crazy. 5 out of 6, not found.
she was the first one that I saw in my research that was found.
Okay, let's go back a little bit.
Back to the tweet. Was found, which is a great thing. She was the first one that I saw in my research that was found. Again, not a very good picture, and that's about as good as I can zoom in. I mean, she has on a mask. This picture would not have been very helpful to anyone who didn't actually know her. And honestly, if you knew her, probably would have to really look to know that this is her picture.
So Brooke Cypress was found. Now Brooke, I believe, was not kind of in that little cluster of gone missing. I think she actually went missing in October. Let me see if that information is. Come on, come on. Hurry up, Savage.
Now, it said that Brooke was last seen at 6:30 p.m. on November 14th.
Okay, so that's not the one. There's another one that I believe was found, and I'm sure we'll get to it. It's probably the second one that she kind of went missing a few weeks before this kind of cluster, but she still kind of fit into the first time missing, relatively petite category.
Velasquez, missing, Bakersfield.
Oh, this is one of the ones that I had to really look for. Lisa Velasquez.
All right, and she's 14. Lisa was found. Thank goodness. So we have Brooke and Lisa who were found. Lisa was, I was hesitant to include her in the 8 that I found because her disappearance was was way back in October.
Sounds like I'm repeating myself. Didn't I just say this?
She disappeared October 23rd. And I guess that's relative, that's pretty close to November, especially if it turns out that I find some more girls who fell in between that time of uh, October the 23rd when she disappeared.
Okay. And the next one. Velasquez still. All right.
Eight
This
that
is
I found so far who have been found. No information was given about their circumstances of being found. The one girl, Brooke, was 17 years old. It was her first time being missing. She was found. And since there was really no fanfare, no news articles about any dramatic circumstances involving her being found, yeah, I sure can. Know how to add, but if you copy and paste it,
I was still learning
for the
YouTube.
last one, I'm just gonna search her the same way I did Amaya Lee, Bakersfield. All right, this is Anaya Lee. This is the last of the 8 that I found. And also these I'm not presenting these in order that they went missing. I'm presenting them in the order that I actually found them. Um, because I found one and then when I went to do like a update check to see if Natalie had been found, then I actually end up the first thing in the search when I did like Bakersfield missing teen girl was another girl. And so I started checking links, and that's how I started to find these other girls. So I'm presenting them in the order that I found them, not the order that they actually went missing. This is Anaya Lee. Anaya Lee has not been found. Um, Bakersfield Police Department. This one is worded a little differently because this one actually does call her missing runaway juvenile instead of just missing. Bakersfield Police Department is requesting the public's help in locating a missing runaway juvenile. Anaya Lee was last seen November 9th, which is the same day that Aberlin Amador went missing. Was last seen November 9th in the 700 block of Vine Street. Lee is considered at risk because she has no prior history of running away. Lee is described in the news release as black, 16 years old, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 115 pounds. She has brown eyes, brown hair, curly shoulder length hair. She also has a piercing under the center of her nose.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess she was not found. I forgot that I muted it, so I don't know what I said that did you guys hear the part about going back and looking at the map? Just in case you didn't, this is the last one from the original list. So what I'm gonna do is since it looks like she is not found, I'm gonna go ahead and mark her not found and add her to the list to ask about when I call Kern County. We're gonna go and look and see if we see any more missing teen girls that kind of fall into this pattern or this kind of demographic over in Bakersfield. See what we can come up with, and then I just want to take a quick look at the map that I did in the original video after that to see, just get a fresh idea of like how close some of these were together. All right, so let's see if we can find. I want to say Bakersfield, California, missing, first time missing. Lord, oh, and that's another thing too. I've really kind of just been focusing on the girls that I found because I found so many of them, but there are boys too. And if you go back and you watch this whole video, I think at the end of the video, I pull up an article that had like a list of boys and girls that were in the same age range and in that area that went missing. So it's quite likely that this is not just a missing teen girl thing. It could be with boys too. Because we got this 13-year-old boy here that's missing. Go ahead and open that up. That's from February. That's from March. February 20th. Gladys Beltran. November. So here's one that went missing. And I didn't even see this one. I'm going to open that one. We'll look at her too. Okay, so it's going off into other stuff now. So this is probably going to be the main ones. Okay, and this one is a boy. And like I said, if you go back in the video and watch the video, there is a list of like a full list of other teens that went missing too. Bakersfield police are asking for help to find a 13-year-old boy last seen Thursday. This article is dated March the 18th, so this was actually last month. Officers are looking for Dominic Ramiro Rivera. He was last seen in the 1100 block of First Street on March 17th. He is considered at risk because of his age and being a first time runaway. There we go. I hate that word runaway because when they put that in there, it gives people the wrong context or connotation of what's going on. And people will more than likely be dismissive because, hey, it's just another kid out there, doing their thing, when it might not indeed be that. Rivera is described as being 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 145 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes and was last seen wearing a black shirt, black shorts, and white slide on sandals, according to police. Where's this picture? I'm gonna play this a little bit so we can get a picture of it. So this is him, Dominique Ramiro Rivera, 13 years old, 5 feet 5 inches tall, 145 pounds. Now, you'll see on your screen that I have the number for the Bakersfield Sheriff's Office. And I did it that way because although some of these cases are actually coming out of not Bakersfield, the Kern County Sheriff's Office, even though some of these cases are coming out of Bakersfield Police Department, um, Kern County Sheriff would actually be able to like take information or assist in investigating since the city falls within the county. So I just put that up there as kind of like a primary number that people can call. And of course, if you have any information about any of these kids and you call the sheriff's office, even if they were reported missing out of the city, the sheriff's office will be able to direct you to the proper agency. They may even be able to just take the information and forward it. So let's look and see if we can find anything on Dominic Rivera. What's his middle name? Uh, Ramiro Rivera. Nothing. He's not. He's not on Nameless yet. And nothing on Nick. Oh, okay. That message just came through on my phone. The one that popped up on the screen, it just now came through to the messenger on my phone. All right. So nothing on Dominic. Let me add his name to the list of people check on where I call. Then we got Bakersfield asking for help in searching for a 17-year-old or missing 17-year-old. I'll pull her picture up closer in a second. Police are asking for help to find a 17-year-old last seen Sunday in Bakersfield, and this article is from February 18th, so this is March, April, almost 2 months old. Um, Last seen on Sunday in South Bakersfield. Officers are looking for Gladys Beltran. She was last seen February 13th in the 1400 block of Park City Avenue. Beltran is considered at risk because it's the first time she's been a runaway. God, there we go. This runaway. I wish they would stop using that term. It just really irks my nerve every time I see that. She is described as 5 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a black sweater and blue jeans. Anyone with information about her whereabouts, call the Bakersfield Police Department. Okay, let's zoom in here and like no. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna open it in a new tab. So this is Gladys Beltran. But let me check this real quickly. Okay, that was a different person. She's beautiful. Right, her name now. Beltran. All right, and here's one that fit the pattern, but thankfully she is found. I want to say this is Angelia Garcia in my American accent. and she was found on, this article was updated on February 14th. Oh, so she was found the same day. That's a good thing. The Bakersfield police is asking for the community's help in finding a missing runaway. Angelina Garcia was last seen on February 11th. Okay, so 3 days later, in the 1200 block of G Street. Garcia is considered at risk due to her age and being a first time runaway. Garcia is described as a Hispanic girl, 12 years old. She stands 4'11" and weighs 105 pounds. So yeah, she fits the pattern, definitely, as far as being petite and extremely young. She's 12. Like she's not even a teenager yet. It's crazy. I'm gonna add her name to the found list because I feel like she goes with this. All right. The last thing I want to do is I'm gonna play this map section of this video, um, and then I'm gonna get off of here.
Different things, soundtracks, sound bites. It's a lot faster. I've had instantly. I can just share. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna try to pin these out in the order that they actually went missing, instead of the order that I found them. So Lisa was the first one to go missing on October the 23rd, and that was 1,000 the block of the Brewski Drive. I wish I still had my other map up here because I already had it laid out. I had some measurements put in there, and it was just already all together and ready to go. So we got that, and then the next to go missing is Ayla on November the 8th. She was at 58th and Gaston Court, Highway 58. Gaston,
I'm gonna speed this up a little, guys.
Gaston Street. There we go. All right. And you can see already, just as the crow flies, the first two only about 17 miles apart. Check those off. Okay. Then we have both Aberlin and Amaya went missing the very next day on the 9th. So 700 Vine Street and 8700 Warrell Court. Well, I guess it's going to be Vine Road. Oh, it could be Vine Drive. I'm pretty sure the article said Vine Street. That's what I wrote down. But let's go with Vine Drive since that's Bakersfield. And you can see here, not very much distance. These two are almost right on top of each other. Yes, Kern County. So some of these actually fell inside the city limits in Bakersfield, and some of them were outside the city limits in Kern County. But you know how that goes. Like the little area around the city usually is just called whatever that city is. Right, and here's our other pin. Still, now this one and this one, same day. This is Anaya and Aberlin. So we have Anaya over here on Vine Court and Aberlin over here on Warrell. Both of them went missing on the 9th. The next girl to go missing was 5 days later on the 14th. That was Brooke Cygress. That's the one that she's 17. She's the oldest out of the bunch. And so I don't know if she may have just been out hanging out with friends, because like I said, well, when they find people, they don't really give a lot of update information. They don't really tell you, all right, these two are going to seem like they're going to be the farthest apart, and we're looking at 11 miles, only 11 miles, or actually 22 miles. That's what it was, not 22 minutes. These were the two farthest apart disappearances. I sure won't. I usually don't mention names other than like missing people. Um, so these were the two farthest apart of the disappearances, if I recall correctly, from the original map that I did. Now, the very next day after Brooke went missing is when Melanie Marshall went missing, and she was at 600 A Street. And again, you see right here, they're just right on top of each other right here. The next one to go missing was Violet on the 21st. So that was like a week later, exactly 7 days. And she was at Haley Street and Lake Street area. So we're going to say Haley Street and Lake Street, Bakersfield, California. So you see, she's really not very far from these other girls. We see like we're starting to see kind of a cluster right here. And since the city name is here, I'm going to assume that this is the central area of the city. Now, 4 days later, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 days later, we've got the last girl going missing on the 25th, and she was at 500 Monterey in the 500 block of Monterey. And you see, look how literally how close she is to which one is this? Haley Street, Violet Johnson. So on the 21st, you got Violet Johnson going missing right here near Haley Street and Lake Street. 4 days later, you have Natalie Lafreda going missing over here at 500 at the 500 block of Monterey Street. And this is literally walking distance. This is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks away. Literally 10 blocks away. Not even a mile as the crow flies. So I'm going to save this map so that if we can come back to it if we need to and add some more pins to this map that we've already got set up. And again, our farthest apart was zoom out just a little bit more. What was this? 22 miles, the farthest apart. But again, this one at Gatson Street is the one, I believe, this one. This one is the 17-year-old who was found, who may very well have just been hanging out with friends. And that is the Bakersfield girls. We're going to keep tabs on them. I will, if I find any more, I will most likely not be posting every time I find a new missing Bakersfield girl, but I will post if I find like 3 or 4 more. I'll probably post an update video with some updated pins on the map. It really isn't. It's all relatively close together. I mean, spitting distance, as the old folks would say. So the things that are really standing out to me about this case, just to kind of rehash, is mid-teens, petite in stature, first time missing in all 8 of these cases. Relatively close together, we see that cluster right in here. All over the course of about 4 weeks. First disappearance that I found so far happened on 10/23. The last one that I found so far on 11/25.
All right, guys. So I do still have that map in my Google Maps, and what I'll do is I will add these new pins on here, and I'll do a little bit of updating on that map to show like their names and information, and I'll mark the ones that were found. Like I'll change the color of the pin. I will drop the link to the map in this description, and I will also post it on Facebook and Twitter. So if anybody wants to, kind of keep up with it or look at it for your own reference, you'll be able to do that. I just got to make sure I know how to like share the Google Maps without having to do a whole bunch of extra. Because I was trying to share some stuff uh, when I was trying to set up like a kind of like a file database for the aerial sellers case to where everything was just kind of like right there and people could access it. But the way that I had to do it, people would have actually had to download either a calendar or download an actual file or something like that. So, um, but with these maps, I think you can just click and view. Uh, I'm going to get out of here. I will not be going to sleep, but I am going to get out of here. Yes, Savage Games is the imposter. She is trying to take over my channel. I haven't even grown my channel the way I want to right now, but Savage Games is trying to take over my channel with Skyrim. And I'm not sure I appreciate that. Well, yeah, guys, one thing I am going to do, if you guys see some Skyrim videos, um, I'll chat if anybody comes in. But mainly what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it live on here, and then I'm going to like download it and then upload it on my other channel so that I can kind of get my gaming channel up. I don't even really want the gaming channel for me because I don't really play a whole lot of games other than Skyrim. But my daughter was talking about I should stream my Apex. She plays Apex Legends, and I love watching her play. So I'm trying to get that set up to where when she's playing Apex, I can actually go live from the PlayStation on the other channel so that she can stream live while she's playing. Because she plays on here. If she was playing on the computer, then it wouldn't be a problem. But YouTube and their regulations. Thanks for joining me for this midnight. I really needed this stress relief. That is kind of sad when someone bothers you so bad till this is stress relief covering crime. I'll just keep praying for that person. Good night, y'all. I had fun. And yeah, I'm gonna go live on the Skyrim. If you're still up, you can watch me play. Bye guys.